I think it's important right off the bat to distinguish between the trigger and the bomb. The bomb is the fact that the entire transatlantic financial system is hopelessly and irreversibly bankrupt. So in other words, you have an impossible leveraged bubble that cannot and will not ever be paid. And now we've reached a point where, far from being immune from a new too-big-to-fail crisis, the banks in the United States and the banks in Europe are 40 to 80% bigger than they were. So right now we're at a point where the entire system is set to blow. And it's an impossible to pay and illegal and criminal gambling debt that's been accrued by the banks on the back of taxpayers. It never will be paid. And so we're facing a critical moment. The bomb is a megaton bomb of unpayable debt. Under these circumstances, Wall Street and their friends in London are contemplating the exact kind of measures that were taken repeatedly in the 20th century with 2 world wars. The way you resolve a debt bubble that is unpayable is you start a war. And under the fog of war, you can restructure that debt while maintaining political control. Well, the United States and NATO, with strong British prodding, are provoking a war with Russia. They're provoking a war with China. You had the British press just in the last week going into the New Year's openly saying that 2015 would be the year where there is a coup d'etat to overthrow the Putin government in Russia. This kind of madness is in fact driving the world towards the danger of a thermonuclear confrontation. The only way to genuinely prevent war, to have an assured avoidance of this kind of war that would very likely be a war of extinction, is to wipe out Wall Street. It means that the United States, by taking these urgently needed steps, is perfectly positioned to accept the order that was offered by President Xi Jinping of China for the United States to join the BRICS-Process. Now, we're talking about a fundamental change in the way that the U.S. government functions. This change is going to require a direct mobilization of the American people. It is the issue of war or peace, and perhaps even the very survival of mankind.